You guys, it is a really exciting day for me because I just got my Trikafta. It's here. I'm starting it, and my life is about to change forever. I am so excited to start like this next step in my life, I guess. For those of you who have seen some of my posts, you guys saw that like about a month ago, the FDA approved the new cystic fibrosis drug Trikafta. This is the first of its kind. Previous medicines, they kind of help stop the progression. Well, this is the first medicine that's helped getting us some lung function back. Cystic fibrosis is a progressive disease, meaning that like as you get older, the disease gets worse. What it affects is the mucous membrane in your body. So basically like you have all of this super thick, heavy mucus all over your body, and it affects different organs in different ways. For me, my lungs are normally affected the worst, which I think is pretty normal for most CF patients. And so basically your lungs just keep building up with this mucus and building up, and it closes off airways and makes it harder to breathe and makes it harder, to do really anything, because when you can't breathe, what can you do? And then it also, because it's like thick mucus stuck in there, it contracts infections easier. So like, if I get a normal cold, which to anyone else, they're like sick with a cough for maybe a couple days, I get like super sick where I like can't get out of bed and can't breathe and can't even stand up without having a cough attack. So it can get pretty ugly. But now that Trikafta is here, hopefully that'll be a thing of the past. So basically, there has never been anything that helps me take back a piece of my life. Like right now, my baseline, meaning my average lung function is kind of the way that they test to see how far your disease has come. When you have 100% lung function, that means that your lungs are working at full capacity, and that's like a healthy person, obviously. So with mine being like about a 50% baseline, my lungs are working 50%. That means that, it's harder to breathe, it's harder to do physical activity, all that good stuff. And this medicine can help me get my lungs back up, which has never been an option. Pretty much once you lose lung function, it's hard to get it back. I follow a YouTuber who she did like a month update. She had been on the Trikafta for a month, and she gained 25% lung function. That's huge. Like, that's insane to me. If I gained 25% lung function, that means I'd be about 75%, which I haven't seen that number since like high school as a baseline. I mean, that's just mind-blowing to me. I have definitely, over the last 2 years, started to feel the daily effects of my cystic fibrosis, meaning that like day-to-day tasks have become more difficult, and I pretty much can't do anything physical without busting out into a cough attack, which, tends to put a damper on things. I remember growing up, I haven't always been the most med compliant. I'm not like a really good patient. Let's just be honest. And my doctor used to tell me like, you need to take care of your lungs now. Like, you need to keep them as healthy as you can because there's something coming. There's something on the horizon. Like, things are going to change. It's not going to always be this negative prognosis. Like, she just always would encourage me to take care of myself the most that I could at the time to keep my lungs as healthy as they could be, because there is a point where your lungs are too bad and not even Trikafta can bring them back. So, back then, I kind of just felt like she was blowing smoke up my ass to get me to do my medicine, quite honestly. But she knew. I mean, she was right. And I'm just really glad that I am in a position that I can still take this and that it hopefully will still help me. Exciting things to come. Like I said, this is like a huge moment for me. I really do kind of feel like this is like the first day of the rest of my life. Or hopefully I can carry the groceries up the steps without like breaking down into a full cough attack. That'd be really great. I wouldn't have that problem if I was at a 75% lung function. I'd be out here. Like, I just sit here and I think about all these opportunities and all these doors that I had closed for myself because, physically I wasn't capable. And now I can bust them all back open. And I am so excited. Trikafta being approved, it really couldn't have come at a more perfect time for me. Like I said, I'm just have, in the last couple of years started to feel the daily effects. I've had to change things in my life and change the way I think and, make a lot of changes to compensate for my symptoms and the way that I feel daily and just kind of accept the fact that like most days aren't the best days, but that's not going to be my life anymore. And I don't know what to do with myself, quite honestly. Like, this is insane. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to share this journey with y'all. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. People tend to think that I'm like secretive and private about my CF, which I don't really feel that way because I'm very open to talking about it and asking questions and all of that. But it's just always been like a negative conversation. It wasn't a positive prognosis. The ultimate was pretty much, an early death. So like, it's kind of like a downer. Who wants to bring that up in conversation? You know what I mean? But like I said, if you have any questions, if you want to know anything, feel free to reach out. Wow, I just like really am speechless. I really don't know what else to say. This is wild, wild. I'm so excited. All right, I'm doing it. I'm taking it right now. So if there are any CFers watching this, I know you're supposed to take it with like high fat foods. I just ate a whole egg sandwich before I sat down in front of the camera, so I'm good. Whew. It's 2 pills in the morning, 1 at night. Oh. Here we go.